What are they, the most costly autos on the planet? For what reason do they cost so insane cash, and who does drive them? We've accumulated a gathering from 10 most costly automobiles everywhere throughout the world, from Bugatti Chiron with sticker price $2.7 million to Rolls Royce Sweptail for $13 million. These uncommon autos don't just feature a status of car producers, yet in addition are close-to-home autos of somewhere in the range of extremely rich people and famous people. High cost of autos pulls in the consideration of people in general independent from anyone else. Just extremely rich clients can have such a vehicle with no issues. An auto isn't only a method of movement, yet in addition a bit of workmanship appreciated, regularly decades after its creation. Huge names like Lamborghini, Aston Martin and obviously, Rolls Royce frequently come at high costs and are implied for rich gatherers. The same number of them are regularly sold out before they achieve the general population. While a large portion of the autos recorded here are fiercely out of the range for most, it is a sheer joy just to take a gander at them. In any case, it is regularly hard to get ready such a rundown on the grounds that the producers frequently hold the cost under the wraps and save them for potential clients, as it were. What's more, it so happens that when they wind up in barters, their costs are set right over the first. So here you run with the most costly extravagance autos of 2018 existing at exhibit. 10. Bugatti Chiron $2.7 million beneficiaries to the Veyron supercars. Bugatti's most recent is very extravagant and begins at around $2.7 million in view of the present trade rates. Nonetheless, costs are relied upon to reach $3 million at all, well before it hits the market. Touted as the world's most intense, quickest, most lavish and most selective creation super games auto by the makers, it is the vision of previous VW autocrat Ferdinand Piech, who requested the speediest autos from Bugatti. So now here is an auto carefully assembled in an atelier, quicker, further developed and more capable than the Veyron. It is a fine case of the intrigue of aviation and car building to deliver a great gadget that could give a speed of 268 miles per hour. The 8.0-liter turbocharged W16, 1,500 strength motor is really 300 more than the Super Sport, the quickest Veyron demonstrate. While its best speed has been constrained to 261 miles per hour out and about, its genuine best speed is yet to be tried. 9. Pagani Huayra BC $2.8 million coming after the Pagani Huayra. The Pagani Huayra BC is the priciest Pagani auto at any point made. Named as a tribute to Benny Caiola, a prominent Italian financial specialist with likely the best gathering of Ferraris and a dear companion of Horacio Pagani, this auto is a joy for the admirers of Pagani's points of interest. Appearing at the 2016 Geneva Motor Show, this auto has a more extensive backtrack, new diverts, numerous cool air highlights. Like the prior form, the 6.0-liter V12 bi-turbo motor of the BC is sourced from AMG, and produces 790 drive and 811 pounds-to-foot torque. This power is hurried to the back wheels through the tripod drive shaft utilizing a 7-speed track transmission. What's more, the most astounding piece is that the BC assumes control over the Huayra by changing the model's standard 150 milliseconds to 75 milliseconds. At 2,685 pounds, 1,218 kilograms, the BC likewise happens to be a great deal lighter than the Huayra because of the broad utilization of carbon filaments and other lightweight materials. Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio $3 million originally presented as an idea auto in 2013 in memory of an expired child of the originator of Pininfarina, the incredible Italian outline house. Just 6 of these autos have been made starting at yet, consequently getting to be plainly a standout amongst the most desired autos. This is one of the costliest Ferraris at any point made and depends on the Ferrari 458 Spider. Each of the high-quality units has an all-carbon fiber outline, and is an outside extravagance auto with 2 seats. Like the Ferrari 458, it has no rooftop, side windows and windshield, and is 330 pounds lighter than its predecessor. This makes it more brilliant and snappier. However, it has the same normally suctioned 4.5-liter F136F V8 motor, which sends 562 horsepower to the back wheels. The revamped inside additionally accompanies a large group of intriguing subtle elements like streamlined headrests incorporated specifically with the move confine. The coolest reality about this auto however is that the proprietors of each of the 6 models were picked by the makers themselves, making this one of the rarest of the uncommon welcome just vehicles. While there has been no cost declared for this auto starting at yet, Master Gauges put it at around $3.2 million. Worked under Andy Palmer, the new leader of Aston Martin focused on dissolvability and significance with wonderful autos. This model is a remodel of the old Aston Martin Red Bull AM RB001. Legend has it that Palmer consented to this auto over a drink with Red Racing's Adrian Newey and Christian Horner. Newey, eminent aerodynamicist behind Red Bull's costly and honor-winning games autos in the Formula 1 tracks, contrived a streamlined plan particularly for this auto that pushes air by means of the skeleton, bringing about downforce without utilizing the wings. The 6.5-liter, normally suction V12 outlined particularly for the Cosworth, has a 1:1 power-weight proportion, and accompanies a Renault-manufactured half-breed battery framework accompanying the motor which yields around a 1000 strength. Starting at yet, 150 units of this model has been arranged by the organization, and the conveyances are relied upon to begin 2019 forward. Furthermore, 25 track-just versions have been arranged whose costs must be conjectured at exhibit. Overhauled 4 times since its release in 2005, the Mansory Vitesse version of the Bugatti Veyron isn't just among the priciest autos of the world, yet in addition one of the quickest. Displayed on the Grand Sport Vitesse Roadster, this German auto has a great lacquered carbon fiber body alongside another spoiler bundle giving new diffusers, a more intelligent lodging front barbecue, bigger side scoops, an abbreviated hood, and so forth. The redesigned LED lights are wherever, the front lamp and taillight bunches, the cockpit. Furthermore, for the tastefully cognizant, maps of history influencing occasions to like the Target Florio race and so forth are laser scratched into both the upholstered, carbon fiber inside, and the outside. The 8.0-liter W16 motor of the auto can create 1,200 drive and 1,106 pound-feet of torque. The first form could reach up to 253 miles per hour and was named the car of the decade 2000 to 2009. The headlights being made of 240 15-karat precious stones, is the cost exceptionally shocking? And afterward there are the LED sharp edges made of 420 15-karat precious stones. And every one of the pearls are adjustable. Resembling a defensively covered auto with scissor entryways and an inside straight out of a science fiction motion picture, this highlighted in the Angry 7, and has really been drafted by the Abu Dhabi police for watch obligation. Worked by W Motors, situated in Lebanon, this is the principal Arab supercar. Also, it doesn't charge gravely when contrasted and the conventional European biggies. Aside from its magnificent looks, the twin-turbo mid-raise mounted 3.8-liter level 6 boxer can deliver 780 strength through the back wheels, and a 708 pound-feet of torque. It can complete a 62 of every simple 2.8 seconds, and can achieve accelerates to 240 miles per hour. Not a generation auto, this is pretty much a road-legitimate variant of the track-just McLaren P1 GTR. Changeover by the British firm Langsat, who purchased the first P1 worked by McLaren. It was made remembering a select gathering of purchasers in the U.S., Japan, UK, and the UAE. This auto has a considerable measure in the same way as the P1 GTR and the amazing McLaren F1 Street Auto. For instance, the gold plating encompassing the motor narrows with a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8. It is significantly more brilliant than the P1 GTR. Not exclusively does it weigh 132 pounds, 60 kg. Not exactly the P1 GTR, however its changed back wing and extended front splitter join with the plunge planes to create 40% expanded downforce when contrasted with the P1 GTR. The wonder of the optimal design can be seen where it is made for on track, where it can deliver 1000 torque. Starting at yet Just 5 units have been manufactured, every one of them being sold. Work to praise the organization's 50th birthday celebration. Veneno actually implies harm in Spanish, and well, the plan looks savage. Looking relatively like an outsider space container, this auto can achieve speeds that can give one of those a keep running for their cash, truly. The 6.5-liter V12 with a 7-speed single-grasp ISR mechanized manual transmission can turn at 8,400 revolutions per minute to yield 740 horsepower and 507 pound-feet of torque, implying that the auto can complete a 60 miles per hour at 2.9 seconds. The Monic is vigorously motivated by the LP704 Aventador, and is made of carbon fiber. The sprung parcel is set on the highest point of a pushrod-impelled suspension, and its aggregate dry weight of this carbon fiber vehicle is an insignificant 3,285 pounds, in spite of the fact that it is driven by full all-wheel drive framework. Just 9 units being made. The biggest issue of these autos is their insane exchanges rates. One was sold at $11 millions. It was the most costly auto on the planet at any point delivered upon its presentation, and just 3 being accessible to clients in the principal parcel. There was an insane scramble to get hands on this thing. One. The most costly road lawful creation auto on the planet. This is covered with genuine precious stones. Truly, you read that right. Trevita is a shortening converting into 3 wides. The carbon strands are without a doubt covered with a jewel clean imprinted gum, called the Koenigsegg proprietary diamond weave. This innovation changed the strands from the customary dark to sparkling, gleaming white, making the bodywork of this auto famous all through for its interesting plan and flawlessness. Also, that is not all. Underneath the covering is a 4.8-liter, double supercharged V8 having an aggregate yield of 1,004 pole and 797 pound-feet of torque. This influences it to all-around prepared surpassing semis in the interstate. This auto accompanies a one-of-its-kind double carbon raise wing, Icono fuse framework, airbags, ABS-fueled carbon-fired brakes, paddle move, infotainment framework, chronometer instrument group, tires checking frameworks alongside a pressure-driven framework. Just 3 autos of this model had been at first chose, before getting decreased to 2. In light of the fact that the carbon fiber made it excessively troublesome and tedious for normal fabricate. 1. Sweptail by Rolls Royce $13 million before you wheeze at the cost. Do take note of that this auto is off the business sectors. That is on the grounds that it was made on the proposals of one particular client whose name the organization has declined to disclose. An organization acclaimed for its rich rollouts. There were just 4,000 Rolls-Royce autos fabricated in 2016. This specific elite auto accompanies its custom mentor work, reminiscent of the imperial carriages of York, likely demonstrated on the raid. This auto can situate just 2 individuals, follow being selective. The sunroof is completely all-encompassing, decreasing down pointedly like those of the dashing yachts, according to the requests of the client. Something exceptionally cool about the inside, carefully assembled with wooden calfskin, are the shrouded attaché cases for holding workstations behind every entryway. Very little else is accessible on this most costly auto on the planet. Aside from that, it depends on the 30s models, and resembles a yacht from the back. The proprietor happens to be a gatherer of super yachts and private planes.